there, entrepreneurs and small business rock stars. Welcome back to the channel. Hello, I'm Sharon Taylor, founder and CEO of the Business Vision and Development Center. So let's chat. What's the tea? We're talking all things business today, and I'm taking you from overwhelmed to overcoming. Are you feeling swamped by that massive business project? You are not alone. In this video, I break down practical strategies for small business owners to tackle overwhelming projects without burning out. Learn how to chunk down large tasks, maintain motivation, and keep moving forward even when the finish line seems miles away. I'm sure you know that feeling, right? When your ambitious vision suddenly feels like you're trying to climb Mount Everest in flip flops. That overwhelming sensation when you realize just how many moving parts there are to your business expansion, product launch, or website overhaul. Just think if you're doing them all at one time. That is a major undertaking. This video is perfect for entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, and small business teams tackling ambitious goals. Today, I'm tackling something every single one of us faces at some point. That moment when you look at your massive project and think, what the heck have I gotten myself into? Well, I'm here to tell you that not only is this normal, but it's actually a sign you're pushing your business towards meaningful growth. Today, I'm sharing proven strategies to help you transform that overwhelming feeling into focused action and sustainable progress. So let's start by understanding what's actually happening when we feel overwhelmed by a big project. Your brain is essentially experiencing a threat response. When you see a massive undertaking, your prefrontal cortex, the planning and decision-making part of your brain, can actually get temporarily overwhelmed and shut down. This is why you might feel paralyzed or unable to think clearly when facing a huge project. For some of us, it shows up in different ways. We don't even feel like getting out of bed. We don't feel like making a to-do list. We just practically shut down and experience paralysis. Just do nothing at all. But here's the important part. This feeling doesn't mean you can't handle the project. It just means you need to approach it different. I always say with anything that we do that seems overwhelming to us, baby steps. A study from the Harvard Business Review, yes, I read it, found that most successful project managers don't necessarily have superhuman abilities. They simply have effective systems for breaking down complexity into manageable parts. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, congratulate yourself. It means you're challenging your business to grow. Now let's talk about how to channel that feeling into productive action. The first and most powerful strategy is to chunk your project down into smaller pieces. Your brain gets overwhelmed when looking at the entire mountain, but it can handle focusing on the next step in front of you. So grab a notebook or your favorite project management tool and let's break this down. First, identify the major phases or components of your project. For example, if you're launching a new product, you might have product development, marketing plan, sales strategy, and customer support setup. Now break each of these components into specific tasks. Under the marketing plan, you might have create social media graphics, write emails, plan launch event, etc. Finally, break those tasks down into specific actions that can be completed in a single sitting. Create social media graphics becomes outline needed graphics, design Instagram templates, and create a Facebook header, etc. You see how that huge task now is shrinking down into bite sized pieces? The key is to make each action small enough that it doesn't trigger that overwhelm response. Research shows that our brains get a little dopamine hit when we complete tasks, even small ones. So, this strategy not only makes the project manageable, but also keeps you motivated through regular wins. And also, our brains crave visual representation of progress. This is why fitness apps show progress bars and why crossing items off a paper list feels so satisfying. Anybody that knows me knows in my journal, I love a to do list and I like a red pen to cross things off my list. So, create a visual system that shows your project progress. This could be a physical board with sticky notes moving from to do, to doing, to done. You could create a vision board with pictures of words that show where you are now and what the end result will look like. Or you can use a simple progress bar or chart on your wall showing percentages complete all the way to the end. The key is to make progress visible and undeniable. On tough days, and we all have them, when motivation is low, being able to see how far you've already come can provide the emotional boost needed to continue. When I say I know what I'm talking about, I want to let you know I'm facing the same dilemma right now. Recently, I traveled to Ghana and decided to take on a major project in Accra and Cape Coast. This was before I even got on the plane back to the US. While there, it was so much talk of entrepreneurship, so many ideas. How do we do this? How do we do that? And my mind was spinning with excitement. And I just said, we're going to do a business summit. I'm going to come back in a year. We're going to do a summit. We're going to network. We're going to mentor. I'm going to bring some speakers and we're going to get it done. And we are going to look at this as a whole. How do we register and take this idea to entrepreneurship? Yes, that was me. That was before I even got on the plane back here to the States. So fast forward, I got back to the States. I got here, and almost immediately, while in the Uber ride from the airport, I wondered, how in the world am I going to accomplish this? How am I going to pull this off? I hadn't thought about logistics. I hadn't thought about financing. I had said I was going to have speakers. I hadn't even asked yet. I just laid back in the Uber and said, God, you got to help me with this. I could have said, oh, well, forget it. Never mind. But I had already pitched the idea to several Ghanaians who were on board and were ready to put the plan in motion. In the Uber ride back, I was getting WhatsApp text about dates and who could participate and logistics. And I was like, my God, it's happening. So I'm saying all this to say, when projects are massive, finding large blocks of time to work on them can be difficult. This is where I suggest using the power hour technique comes in. Instead of waiting until you have enough time to make significant progress, which really happens for busy entrepreneurs, schedule hours, focused 60-minute blocks dedicated solely to your project. And here's how to maximize your power. Schedule it in your calendar like any other important meeting. Turn off all notifications and distractions. Set a timer for 60 minutes. Work intensely on pre selected project tasks and take a 15-minute break afterward. 1 power hour per day adds up to 5 hours per week, 20 hours per month of focused project work. That's enough to move mountains over time. Fortunately, my trip back to Ghana will be next year in May 2026. So I do have some time, but a lot of times I procrastinate and wait to the last minute. So I've created my own plan, what needs to be done, logistics, financing, social media, all those things. And I broke those tasks down into bite-sized tasks. And I added timelines to them. So each week, each day, I'll do my power hour. And then over time, when I get hopefully about 6 months in, I'll have it nailed down and I can just fine tune. So when the going gets tough, accountability keeps you going. As humans, we're much more likely to follow through when we know someone else is expecting results. So consider some of these accountability approaches. Find an accountability partner. It could be another business owner who can check in on your progress. My accountability partner is Lucy of Toluca Studio. She's my brand strategist and keeps me focused when my ideas are all over the place. Another accountability partner I have is Benjamin of Cultured Ghana. He doesn't know it, but he's my accountability partner because he is keeping me on task because he's going to be handling the logistics in Ghana. So, just by virtue of default, he became my accountability partner. Also, you can join a mastermind group where you share weekly goals and results. If you're doing this with a team, this is a good place for you to share your goals and results. You can hire a business coach who will hold you to your commitments. Also, you can use public accountability by sharing your project milestones on social media. I love this because now all eyes are on your next move. And I'm sure that at times you've seen people that have this massive launch, we're going to do this. And then the next thing you know, you don't hear from them. This will help you hold yourself accountable because the public will be watching. And schedule regular team check-ins if you have employees. Where are we at? What are we doing? Any ideas? How are our timelines? What do we need to pivot? Do we have the money to do this funding? Those things are important. Another favorite is the commitment contract. You can write down what you'll accomplish by a certain date, sign it, and give it to someone who check in with you. The psychological impact of this simple paper commitment is surprisingly powerful. I sort of use this technique with my accountability partner, Lucy of Toluca Studio. What we do, she does, and I do together, is create a document in Google Docs. It has dates, it has milestones, it has all the things that we need to me to complete a project. And when we meet twice a week, every other week now. We used to meet every week, but now we're doing every other week until we get closer to implementation and launch. But what she does is hold me accountable. We go down that checklist. She's typing while I'm typing while she's talking, and we use that Google Doc as a means of ensuring that we're on track. And that brings me to milestones. Because big projects can feel like endless marathons without finish lines. That's why creating and celebrating milestones is crucial for maintaining motivation. Identify significant checkpoints throughout your project. These aren't just random progress points, they should represent meaningful achievements that bring you closer to completion. And when you hit these milestones, celebrate them. This could be a small reward for yourself, a nice dinner, a day off, a day at the spa, recognition for your team, or a moment of reflection to appreciate how far you've come. The psychological benefit of milestone celebrations cannot be overstated. They convert the abstract feeling of making progress into concrete moments of achievement, replenishing your motivation reserves for the next phase. Remember, marathon runners don't just focus on the finish line, they celebrate passing each mile marker along the way. So there you have it, 5 powerful strategies to transform overwhelming projects into manageable, motivating journeys. Number one, chunk it down into tiny, actionable steps. Number two, create visual progress tracking systems. Number three, implement regular power hours. Number four, build in accountability. Number five, celebrate meaningful milestones. Remember, feeling overwhelmed doesn't mean you're not capable. It just means you need a better approach. The most successful entrepreneurs aren't necessarily the smartest or most talented. They're the ones who develop systems to keep moving forward despite the complexity. I'd love to know which of these strategies resonated most with you. Drop a comment below and share what massive project you're currently tackling in your business. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more practical business strategies. And if you're looking for personalized support with your business challenges, the BVD Center is here to help. You can visit us at www.thebvdcenter.org to learn all about our small business services, or you can just email us directly at info@thebvdcenter.org to discuss how we can support you with your specific project challenges. Until next time, remember, you don't have to see the whole staircase to take the first step. Keep breaking it down. Keep moving forward, and amazing things will happen. See you in the next video. Like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss a thing.